You do not remember arriving. There was no journey, no transition. There is only the now and the cold of worked metal beneath the soles of your feet. You stand in a city of impossible grace, a metropolis of brass and copper that catches a light from no visible sun. Towers like intricate clockwork mechanisms rise into a sky the color of tarnished silver. There is a sound, a great and resonant beat that is the city's own pulse, a slow, majestic, and eternal tick-tock. It is the first law of this place, a rhythm that travels through the metal plates of the street, up through your bones, and into the chambers of your own heart. And yet there is another sound, fainter, faster, a small metallic dissonance against the city's grand metronome. You feel it more than you hear it, a tiny, insistent ticking deep within your own chest. A private, hurried rhythm you cannot place. You dismiss it. It is nothing. You begin to walk. The citizens of this place move with a strange economy of motion, their steps falling in perfect time with the city's heartbeat. They are elegant figures in dark, tailored coats, their faces placid, their eyes focused on destinations you cannot fathom. There is no urgency in them, only a deep and abiding tempo. They are the gears of this great machine, and they move in flawless concert. You see a woman stop by a balustrade of polished bronze. She is older, her face a map of serene lines. With a practiced gesture, she unbuttons her silken waistcoat. Her movements are not furtive, but they are not for you. They are simply necessary. From a small pocket, she produces a key, no larger than your thumb, wrought in the shape of a dragonfly. You watch, and the world seems to hold its breath. She presses the head of the key to a point just over her heart. There is no sound, but you see a seam appear in the fabric of her blouse, a perfectly circular hairline crack that opens like the cover of a locket. Inside, you see it, a glimpse of something beautiful and terrifying. A whirring collection of golden gears, spinning rubies, and a tightly coiled spring of brilliant blue steel. Her heart, a delicate, tireless machine. She fits the dragonfly key into a tiny slot, and with 3 slow, deliberate turns, she winds the mechanism within her own chest. The sound is a soft, satisfying click, click, click. A sound of maintenance, of continuation. As you watch her, a ghost of a sensation flutters behind your own ribs. A sympathetic resonance, a shiver in the muscle and bone, as if something deep inside you recognizes the gesture. It is a feeling you have never felt before, and yet it feels like a memory. The woman closes the hatch. The seam vanishes. She buttons her waistcoat, her task complete, and then, her work done, her eyes lift from the horizon. They travel over the other citizens, past the ornate architecture, and they find you. They do not register surprise. They do not register curiosity. They are the calm, knowing eyes of a native looking at a newcomer who does not yet understand the laws of the land. She holds your gaze for 1, 2, 3 of the city's heartbeats. Then she gives a single, slow, deliberate nod, a simple gesture of acknowledgement, a confirmation. You are not a tourist here. You are a participant, and you have been seen. A cold dread, thin and sharp, pierces the wonder. You turn away from her gaze and walk faster, your own steps suddenly clumsy, slightly out of sync with the city's pulse. You need to put distance between yourself and that look of quiet understanding. You round a corner into a quieter plaza where waterfalls of mercury cascade down sculpted copper walls. In an alcove, seated on a bench of dark, polished iron, is a man. He is dressed as impeccably as the others in a fine wool coat and polished shoes, but he is still, utterly still. His head is tilted slightly to the side, his hands rest on his knees, and his eyes are open, staring at a point somewhere beyond the silver sky. He is not sleeping. He is not resting. His skin has the dull, matte finish of cooled pewter. A fine layer of amber dust has settled on his shoulders, undisturbed by breath or movement. You know, with a certainty that requires no evidence, what you are seeing. You are seeing the consequence. This is an unwound. This is what happens when the rhythm is lost. This is the silence that follows when the personal, private ticking is allowed to cease. You stare at the silent figure, at the serene, empty finality of his posture, and as you do, a profound and sudden lethargy washes over you. It is as if the stillness of the man is a contagion, and you are breathing it in. Your feet feel as though they are cast in lead. The air, once crisp, now feels thick and heavy, a blanket you must push through with every step. The grand, resonant ticking of the city seems more distant, the sound muffled as if heard from underwater, and that other sound, the faint, hurried ticking in your own chest. It has changed. The space between each beat has grown longer. It has slowed, just a fraction, a minuscule, terrifying change. But you feel it. Oh, you feel it. The illusion of the observer is shattered. This place is no longer a curiosity to be witnessed. It is a condition to be survived. The lethargy is no longer a feeling. It is a weight pressing down on your shoulders, slowing your thoughts, dulling the world at the edges of your vision. The brilliant brass of the towers now seems tarnished and dull. The citizens flowing past you are blurred, indistinct shapes. Your entire being is contracting, focusing on a single, vital sensation, the weakening rhythm inside you. Tick, tock. The silence between the beats is an abyss, a vast empty space where a sound ought to be. You can feel the energy draining from your limbs, a creeping cold that begins in your extremities and moves inexorably toward your core. Your thoughts, once a river, are now a sludge of thick, disconnected ideas. The woman, the key, the unwound man. The concepts are simple, but the effort to connect them is monumental. Tick, tock. The slowing is an agony. It is the feeling of drowning in still air. You must move. You must act. The leisurely grace of the other citizens is a luxury you do not have. There is only one law here. You see it now with perfect, horrifying clarity. The city gives you the tempo, but you are responsible for your own time. The horror you saw in the unwound man was not his fate. It was your diagnosis. A panic, cold and sharp, cuts through the fog of your mind. It is a primal fear, the body's final, desperate rebellion against cessation. It gives you a burst of frantic energy. You must wind. You must find your key. Your hands, clumsy and numb, fly to your own chest. You fumble at the buttons of your shirt, a shirt you do not remember putting on. Your fingers are thick and unresponsive, but they search, pressing against your skin, searching for the object, the tool, the key you must surely possess. Your pockets are empty. There is nothing. Nothing. The panic rises, a scream trapped in a slowing throat. Tick, tock. The world is a grey photograph. Your own movements are glacial. The great ticking of the city is a faint, fading memory. There is only the long, drawn-out agony of your own failing mechanism. Your fingers, in their desperate search, trace a line over your sternum, and there, beneath the fabric, they find it. Not a key, a seam, a hard, circular outline, cool against your skin. A perfect, hidden circle you never knew was there. A hatch, your hatch, but there is no key. The hope that flared for a moment dies, replaced by an even colder despair. You have the lock, but not the means to turn it. You are unwinding. You are becoming a statue. You are becoming dust. You slump against a cold metal wall, your breath a shallow, painful rasp. This is it. This is the end of the rhythm. In your despair, you look down at your own hands resting uselessly in your lap. You look at your fingers one last time, and you see it. It is not a thought, but a sudden, instinctual knowing, a truth that blossoms in the final moments of clarity. You have been searching for an external tool. You have misunderstood the very nature of this reality. You are not a visitor with foreign implements. You are a citizen. You are a part of the mechanism. You raise your right hand slowly, the effort immense. You focus on your index finger. You will it to change, and the dream obeys. You watch as bone shifts, as skin takes on a metallic sheen. Your own finger joints lock and retract, the tip elongating, hardening, reshaping itself with impossible, painless speed. The nail recedes, and in its place, the intricate toothed bit of a brass key emerges from your own flesh. It has always been there. You have always had the key. With the last of your strength, you lift your hand. Your arm is a colossal weight. You guide the key finger to the hatch in your chest. The moment it touches the seam, you feel a click, a sense of rightness, of purpose. It slides into an invisible lock. It fits perfectly. You turn. The resistance is immense. It is the resistance of a spring wound almost to its breaking point, the collected energy of a life you have spent but not maintained. Your muscles scream. The gray at the edge of your vision closes in, but you turn. The sound is deafening, a rapid, frantic, life-giving whirring. Click, 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 click. It is the sound of reversal, the sound of continuation, the sound of time being reclaimed. With every turn, the warmth floods back into you. The lethargy recedes like a phantom tide. The strength surges through your veins, hot and electric. The grey world shatters, and the brilliant, impossible colours of the Clockwork city snap back into focus, sharper and more vivid than before. You pull your finger away, and it softens, returning to flesh and bone. You stand up straight, your breath coming deep and easy. The grand, majestic metronome of the city is all around you once more, clear and strong. Tick, tock, and the other sound, the one inside you, it is back, a fast, steady, and unwavering beat, a perfect, vibrant harmony. And so you see it, the truth of this place, that faint, dissonant ticking you first heard upon your arrival, the one you dismissed as nothing. It was not the sound of the city, it was the sound of your own time, A clockwork heart you did not know you had, already running down from the very moment you were born into this reality. You are not a visitor here. You are a citizen. You look at your hands and you understand. They are not for waving. They are not for holding. They are for maintenance. The dream is not over. It has just begun. And in the Clockwork City, you are never still for long.